So I'm sure you guys have seen the title and thumbnail of this video, and it is not good at all. So I'm pretty sure you guys are familiar with the recent event called Hurricane Helen, and it headed straight for the Carolinas, which is where I am. So while I was down in Florida enjoying the beach and having fun, something worse was happening at home, and I had no idea. So stay tuned until the end, because this is the worst event that has happened on this YouTube channel. And also at the end, I have a little surprise that I got from Florida, so make sure to stay tuned for that as well. So first of all, let's start off with the trees. As you can see, it is a mess back here. There are trees falling everywhere. All these trees have collapsed. We used to have a tree right there, one right there, and then a huge one right there. And everything has just been completely obliterated. This turtle enclosure, thankfully, has been completely fine because I covered it while we were gone. But many, many trees have fallen at our house. But I guess the best thing we can say is that none of them fell on top of our house. Now that we've got through the trees, I want to show you the koi pond, which is very, very sad. So the first thing you'll notice is that this huge branch off of the lily magnolia snapped and broke, but none of them fell on the koi. But if you look closely at the koi, you can see that 2 of them are missing. Very unfortunately, 2 of our famous koi, Mandarin and Skull, have unfortunately died. And I just noticed here, one of the babies have actually died as well. That is very sad. And the reason for this being is that we got 7 inches of rain, and this caused the pH to just completely go down below 0, and it was just horrible. The pump went out because of the power, so there's no oxygen in the pond, which caused them to basically suffocate. And even Yamato and Musashi, which are the 2 big ones, they were having a very hard time as well. He even turned pink because of his stress, as koi sometimes will do that. So right here are the 2 pictures of Skull and Mandarin, and we will do a tribute of them at the end of the video. Thanks to God though, all the other koi are completely fine now as the power is back and the pump is running again. And finally, let's move on to the garden and the overall yard. So as you can see, our huge oak tree back there completely snapped and fell on top of the other dogwood tree down there. Also, that one huge white tree that we had right in that area right there has fallen. And thankfully, none of them have fallen on our house. So right here, the garden almost looks like a bomb just went off. It's just horrible now. We're just basically gonna have to take out everything and just leave it until the next springtime. As you can see, everything is just like completely destroyed. Thankfully, my watermelon plant is still living, so that is just good news. Some of these might be able to be fixed, like this plant here is just tilted, but the rest is just completely gone. These sweet potatoes, everything's gotten pushed down. All the way back here is a mess, all the way in the forest. You can see all of that in there. That huge tree branch fell back in the back. I'm not sure if you can see that, but it is very bad. Thankfully though, we did not have any flooding as we are on a hillside and the water just goes down there. Now I want to send all of our prayers to Asheville, which is in North Carolina mountains. If you look at the news over there, it is just a mess. They have the worst damage I have ever seen from a hurricane in the Carolinas. So make sure to send prayers to them. I'm sure a lot of people are trapped in their homes and their houses have been completely destroyed. So that is basically it for the damage of the hurricane. Everything's just a huge mess. We're gonna have to be working a lot. So expect a lot less shorts and videos from me because there's gonna be a lot of work to do back here. So right here are the 2 gravestones of Mandarin and Skull. As you can see, we have sticks in there. We're gonna decorate this in a little bit. So right here basically represents all of what happened at our house. It's just a mess. All these huge trees have collapsed and fell into the forest. Thankfully, none have fallen on our house or our neighbors, so all of that should be fine. And thankfully, no one in our neighborhood was harmed, so that is very good. So now we can move on to our surprise. So I have teased this in a community post, but we have 2 new red-footed tortoises, so welcome them to the channel. Now they're not in their permanent tank yet. This is definitely way too small and uninhabitable for them. So I have a new tortoise tank, some fogger materials and coconut fibers and basically everything they need. And it's supposed to arrive 3 days from now. And I cannot wait to make that video for you guys. I'm gonna be showing you how I set it up and making it just like how their natural environment is. So make sure to stay tuned for that video. It is gonna be very exciting. And if you have any name suggestions, post them down below. So I wanna thank you guys for watching all the way until the end. We're gonna start with our memorial of the koi fish and everything else. Thank you guys for watching.